Apologize, I'm having to redo this video. I just shot it, but I went down on my property where I have poor cell reception and it kind of cut out the last half. So I'm going to just stay up at top of my property where the cell reception is good and just basically redo this video. So for those who've already watched it, I apologize. I'm going to regurgitate all this information over again. So here goes, everybody. We got some great information in from NAR. NAR is National Association of Realtors. And like everybody, they put out their projections for the housing market in 2025 and 2026. We've, talked about projections from Zillow, Redfin, CoreLogic. Now NAR's put out their projections. And I got to tell you, it all kind of matches and lines up to what everybody is saying. The outlook for the housing market this year and next is great. And I wanted to just share some basic stats with everybody. Again, this is directly from NAR, and I thought this information was worth sharing to basically just kind of support what we've been saying over the last several months about how the housing market is getting ready to take off or rebound from the last couple of years. So let's just go over some basic numbers here. So let's talk about existing home sales in 2024. So in 2024, there were 4,060,000 homes, existing home sales. And this number is expected, NAR is expecting to see a 7 to 12% increase this year in existing home sales. And for next year, they're expecting 10 to 15%. So basically, we saw 4 million existing home sales in 2024, and it's expected to go up 7 to 12% this year. So they're going to add, a little over 400,000 more home sales than last year. So we're going to see that increase. And then in 2026, again, they're expecting anywhere from 10 to 15%. So that's, about 450,000 more home sales. So we're going to see about 4.5 million home sales this year and about 5 million home sales in 2026. That's a pretty significant jump and increase in home sales. And this is a good thing. And why is this good? Well, this is great because we're going to see this increase for a couple reasons. So let's talk about this. Why are we going to see more increases, an increase in home sales? Okay, what's causing that? Well, there's two factors that are causing this, and we're already starting to see it right now. One of them is mortgage rates. So I've been talking about mortgage rates for the last 12 to 18 months that, we've been expecting them to come down. And ever since the new year and basically the administration change, we have seen mortgage rates start to move lower. Nothing crazy, 1/8% here, 1/8% there, but they're slowly moving in that lower direction. And when mortgage rates move lower, that increases buyer affordability. Okay, so lower mortgage rates increase buyer affordability, and that can help get people off the fence and go out and purchase homes. Okay, so that's one factor. Another factor is the unemployment rate. So over the last couple of years, we started to actually see the unemployment rate tick up. And then over the last couple of months, we've started to see the unemployment rate tick down. And with the new administration change, the changes that they're making, and all what they want to do with bringing jobs back home and opening up manufacturing, they're expecting to see 2 million job gains over the next 2 years. So when you have lower mortgage rates and then you have higher job gains, right, like an increase in employment, not increase in employment rate, but you have job growth, an increase in job growth, then that helps the economy, right? People aren't as worried about buying. Last year, when mortgage rates were touching about 7% and the unemployment was rising, most of the conversations that I was having with buyers is they were concerned about the housing market. They were concerned about the economy. And they really, they wanted to buy, but they were concerned. So they kind of put it off for a little bit. They were like, hey, we're going to just kind of ride this out and see what happens with the election, see what happens with the economy, and then we're just going to kind of take it from there. Well, now that we've had the election, we're in the new year, and everything's basically looking great for the economy. Mortgage rates are moving lower. Unemployment rate is moving lower as well. Inflation, we've seen a slight tick in inflation over the last couple of months. Nothing crazy. A tenth of a point here, tenth of a point there. But overall, inflation over the last 18 months has been moving lower. This is a great thing. This builds confidence in the consumer and people that are looking to buy, and it actually gets them out buying. Because you have to remember, the population continues to grow. And what we've seen is existing home sales has been on the decline. New home builds has also been on the decline as well. So there hasn't been the inventory that we've needed for all the buyers that are out there in the market. So you've had buyers sitting on the fence because they were worried about the economy. You had new home builders building fewer homes because let's face it, they were a little worried about the economy too. But all of that has kind of changed. Builders are now building more homes. They're expecting a really robust 2025 and 2026 in the housing market. And again, you have more people gaining employment, and you have interest rates moving lower. So this is all really good for the housing market. This is really good for buyers who are looking to buy because there's going to be an increase in inventory coming up. Hold on, everybody. My daughter's getting ready to go on a little vacation. Hey, I love you. This is my daughter. She's getting ready to take off. She's going up to Big Bear for a couple days, go skiing. Hey, I love you.
Love you.
Be safe.
I will. I'll send you a video doing 360.
Okay, drive safe. Oh, that's tough. My daughter, she's 19. She's got a job, and she's out doing 19-year-old things, right? Going off to Big Bear to go ski for a couple days with her friends. Pretty cool to see, but also I'm a dad, and it makes me sad sometimes. She's getting older, but all right. Anyways, back to the housing market. So what I was saying and where I was going with this before my daughter left on her vacation is that the outlook for the housing market moving forward, basically for 2025 and 2026, is really great. Again, home builders are buying more property. They're moving forward with construction. They're wanting to increase their production because they know what's coming with lower unemployment, lower inflation, and lower mortgage rates. There's going to be a lot of demand out there. And buyer affordability, again, is increasing. So for buyers, this is really great. This is a good market. This is a great market for sellers as well because buyer activity is going to pick up. If you were a seller over the last 12 months, you know that, properties were sitting 30, 45, even 60 days, depending on the location. So we're going to see more buyers entering the market. We're going to see buyer activity pick up. Again, as mortgage rates move lower, as inflation moves lower, as unemployment moves lower. So the overall outlook for housing is great, if you ask me. Last year, depending on what company, Redfin and Zillow, I think we're reporting anywhere between 4.5% and 5% market appreciation. CoreLogic, I think, was around the same. They were like 4.7. NAR was reporting between 4.5% and 5% market appreciation. And the same for this year. All these companies, Redfin, Zillow, NAR, CoreLogic, all these major companies who are basically studying the market are saying the exact same thing for 2025, that we're going to see about 5% market appreciation this year. And then trying to forward think into 2026, some people are saying, 6 to 7% appreciation. Basically just depends on how low mortgage rates go, how many jobs are added, and, what goes on with the economy and inflation. But I have to say, with the new administration, I think we're in good hands. So overall, the housing market is looking great if you are a buyer and a seller. So I wanted to share this information with you. Another thing that I wanted to share was, now let's talk about homeowners who have no plans of buying or selling, and they just kind of want to stay where they're at. So homeowners, what we've seen is their debt. Homeowners carry the largest amount of debt. obviously because they have a mortgage, but typically, they have a couple car payments and credit cards. So credit card debt for homeowners is at the highest level that we've seen ever. And one of the biggest programs that homeowners have been turning to over the last 18 months is our Fast and Easy Home Equity Line of Credit program. Homeowners can take their high interest rate credit card debt, their high interest rate auto loans, their personal loans, and they can consolidate all that stuff into one low payment. Our equity line rates as of this week are ranging from 7.5% to 9.5%. So if you have anybody that, got credit card debt and they're paying 22 to 26% interest, if they got auto loans that are in the double digits, personal loans, which typically average around 6 to 18%. If you have any of this stuff, give me a call because, again, what we've seen is consumer debt for homeowners is at the highest level that we've ever seen in history, and it continues to grow. And this is the one program that everybody's turning to consolidate that debt and make their life a little easier and, not so financially stressed out. So I just wanted to put that out there that, again, if you are a homeowner and you have a bunch of debt and you're looking at ways to consolidate it, give me a call. Mortgage rates are too high to do a cash out refinance. You need to stay where you're at. Anybody who has a 2, 3, or 4% interest rate, stay where you're at. Don't refinance that. Just get an equity line and consolidate everything. So anyways, again, just wanted to side note that and share that with everybody. And just put it out there that, this year, 2025, 2026, really great outlook for housing. Again, we've seen projections from Zillow, Redfin. I mentioned them because they are the biggest out there. CoreLogic, which studies all the numbers. NAR, obviously, massive organization. Everybody's on board with the same stats, same outlook. So it is really important to share this information, keep doing the videos, and let people know that if you're wanting to buy, this is a great time to buy. Because the housing market is going to continue to appreciate, values are going to continue to go up, buyer activity is going to go up, and so that's that. Well, I'm going to go. This was the second video I did. Like I said, the first one kind of cut out, and I got to get back to work. So if you ever have questions about buying, selling, mortgage financing, whatever the case may be, please don't hesitate to reach out. I am always available and here to help. Take care, everybody. Bye.